What's going on YouTube? Kamikazevondoom here with another Division 2 video, and I'm just checking in on you. What's going on? How are ya? Now today is December the 10th, and this is going to be your weekly vendor reset and must-buys. So sit back, relax, grab that popcorn, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know what you think in the comment section below. But we will start off here in Washington, D.C., and we will finish up the video in New York City. Our first stop is going to be the Base of Ops vendor. Here we go.
What can I help you find?
And starting with the percussive maintenance, this is the named Alp Summit backpack with perfect tech support, and this one with skill damage and explosive resistance. To the weapons, we have a MP7 with magazine size and reformation, a Honey Badger with precision strike and accuracy, and finally an M1911 with stability and strained. Looking at the gear items, we have a Cheska backpack with opportunistic weapon handling and crit chance, and finally an Overlord chest piece with, whoa, wow. Wowie wooey, I think is the correct terminology for this one. Overlord with crit chance, headshot, and headhunter. I mean, this is like perfect for like a one-tap headshot build with a rifle. Really nice. Really nice. Check that one out. Not bad at all. Looking at the mods, we have crit hit damage 10.2, drone deflect duration 6.5, turret damage 4.2, and sticky bomb skill haste of 4.2. Now, must buys, things to look for from the Base of Ops. The percussive maintenance is not my favorite, but remember, with all of these weapons and named items, you can pick these up as duplicates and then just donate them to your expertise table, and you can get all of these fully proficient without ever using them. So just remember that. It's an easy way to get your expertise levels up. But there's really no must-buys there. I mean, that Overlord was okay, but you could just use the Fox's Prayer and then jump over to, you know, like the Chain Killer or something like that. But all right, next up we have the Countdown vendor. Here we go. So the we have two good ones here. The Orbit is a PvP exclusive pistol that is rarely ever outside of DZ or Conflict. So this is a rare drop right here. Perfect finisher on the Orbit. Pick this one up. A lot of people love having this as their sidearm because whenever they get an enemy close to death, they could just switch to this, get a quick kill, switch back, and they have all of that crit chance and crit hit damage. This is a really good pickup. Pick up the Orbit right now at the Countdown vendor. Great pickup. The next one is the Closer. This is another good pickup because I have done several spotter region builds. And this is perfect spotter with armor region, and with it being named Usina Getica, you get the total armor from the brand set bonus, so you could just change that skill damage to crit chance or headshot, something like that. You'd be good to go. This is a really good chest piece. So both of these are really good pickups. The next one being the Boomstick. This one's okay. It's a double barrel shotty with perfect pumped up and health damage. Not my favorite. But these other two, the Closer and the Orbit, definitely pick those up. Most definitely. All right, now let's make our way to the clan vendor. And while we're talking about clans, shout out to the DoD Disciples of Doom. We're on all platforms. I am currently, what am I doing right now? I play daily on Xbox. I'm grinding heavy on PlayStation because I'm almost done with the journey on PlayStation. And then I'm going to be heavily farming on PC, so we have a lot of stuff going on right now, not only in the game, on all platforms, but also within the DoD. Now, if you are interested in joining, just check me out over there on Discord. I have different tabs in my server. That way you can put your name in there, and then I can send out invites whenever we have spaces open. But all right, about the whole clan thing, let's talk about the clan vendor.
Always good to see you.
Starting with the Night Watcher, this is the named Heliogard mask with Scanner Pulse Haste as an attribute, and it also comes with explosive resistance. Looking at the gear set items, we have tip of the spear chest piece with max skill haste, hardwired mask with repair skills, and striker knee pads with explosive resistance. Looking at the high-end items, a Negev with sadist and health damage. I mean, pretty much just a Carnage Junior. A MG5 with swap speed and measured, tactical UMP with max SMG damage, crit hit damage, and perpetuation. And then finally for the weapons, an MP5 with breadbasket and swap speed. Looking at the high-end gear items, we have Araldi knee pads with crit chance and health. Not bad knee pads. You can make these double crit by changing health to crit hit damage, or you could go crit headshot by changing the health over to headshot. But either way, that's a good one to pick up. Uzina mask with crit chance and skill damage. You could change that skill damage to crit hit damage and make this one a double crit as well. And finally, Araldi Holdings mask with skill damage and hazard. Looking at the mods, we have Headshot 8.3, Skill Duration 8.8, Shock Resistance 8.7, and Firefly Blind Effect Duration 6.4. Must buys things to look for from the clan vendor. From the clan vendor, I mean, the Araldi knee pads aren't bad. The Uzina mask isn't bad. You can make both of those double crit or crit headshot for the Araldi. But really, that's nothing really worth talking about. So let's just move on. We're done with the base of ops. We're taking our talents to the west, and then we'll double back to the east side. Our first stop is going to be the campus settlement. Here we go. And if you haven't already, hit that thumbs up. Support the channel by subscribing. And let me know what you think in the comment section below. What are you picking up this week and whatnot? Here's the campus vendor.
Great to see you,
Starting with
Agent.
the cricket, with max detox being damage to targets out of cover, max headshot, and perfect precision strike. Not bad. I am not a huge fan of this talent, and the talent is even harder to use with the LMG. So I'm really not sure about this one. I do like the thought of it. You know, shooting enemies far away, and then you have some people rushing you, and then you get all that extra damage. It is cool, but just as far as like applying that to the real game, it's hard to keep that active. I don't know. Again, like I said earlier, for any of these named items or weapons, if you don't have it fully proficient, just pick up duplicates and then donate them to your expertise table, and then just get those expertise levels up without ever having to use these items. But that is the cricket. For the other weapons, we have a G28 with armor damage and vindictive, and then a classic RPK with rate of fire and thunderstrike. Looking at the high-end items, we have a Hanayu mask with repair skills and crit chance, and a Zoo holster with max hazard and explosive resistance. Looking at the mods, we have skill haste 10.1, chem launcher burn strength 6.5, hive damage 4.2, pulse effect duration 8.7, and trap duration 6.1. Now, must buys, things to look for from the campus settlement. Really, there's not much to go off of here. All right, moving on. Let's start hitting up the DZ vendors, starting with DZ West. West, let's go. And just a quick reminder for these DZ vendors, the only currency they take are DZ resources. So toggle over to your resources tab, and just above the keys, you will see your Dark Zone resources. For example, I'm sitting at 92 out of 999. So if I need any more Dark Zone resources, I have to jump into the Dark Zone, open up those little blue boxes to have those go straight into my inventory, or I have to pick up contaminated items, deconstruct them into DZ resources, and then extract them. But either way, that is how you get your Dark Zone resources, and that is how you get your currency for these Dark Zone vendors.
Hey, Agent.
And
Got a load of this
speaking
gear.
of which, here is Dark Zone West.
Welcome, Agent.
Starting with the Firm Handshake, these are the name Sokolov Concern gloves with status effects as an attribute. And this one with skill damage, not bad. You could put this one and make it a skill build just by changing the weapon damage to a skill tier and have all yellows on Firm Handshake. I mean, that's good to go. Put that on like a nice little SMG with like, I don't know, in sync or something like that. You could have some fun. A little running gun skill build. Not bad. Moving on, we have a Spaz 12 with max SMG, or max shotgun damage. There we go. Damage to targets out of cover and strained. I would just change strained to anything else, really. I mean, you could go brazen, you could go optimus. There's a few different things you could go with that. And then finally for the weapons, an ACR SS with a close and personal and magazine size. Looking at the gear items, we have Eclipse gloves with weapon handling, Virtuoso knee pads with explosive resistance, Richter and Kaiser gloves with headshot and status, and finally Legatus knee pads with crit hit damage and max health. Looking at the mods, we have Incoming Repairs 17.1, Seeker Mine Healing 5.7, Shield Holstered Regeneration 4.1, Firefly Blind Effect Duration 6.1, and Decoy Health of 6.0. Now, must-buys, things to look for from DZ West. The firm handshakes are unique. You can make them all yellow, which is rare to do with those gloves, but not impossible. Really, that's it. I mean, the Legatus knee pads, you can make double crit if you really wanted to. That's it. All right. Let's take our talents down south to the deep south. DZ South. Here we go. And there we go. DZ South. Big money, big money. No whammies. Ooh, the Ferocious Calm with double crit. Oof. Nice. Perfect Overwatch, and you can make this double crit with an armor core, which is even better. So I would pick this one up, change that weapon damage to an armor core, and as long as you stay in cover, you get that extra weapon damage. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. And that's not only to you, but it's also to your allies. And you get skill damage on top of that, remember. Not bad. Going to the high-end items, we have a MP5 with armor damage future perfect, AKM with crit chance and optimist, and a 93R with accuracy and breadbasket. Looking at the gear items, we have an ongoing directive backpack with repair skills, aces and eights chest piece with explosive resistance, Badger Tough backpack with health status and clutch, and finally electric chest piece with skill damage, skill haste, and efficient. Looking at the mods, we have crit chance 4.3, drone duration 6.5, turret skill haste 5.8, and sticky bomb duration 6.5. Now, must-buys, things to look for from DZ South. We have the Ferocious Calm. This is a PvP exclusive item. You can only get this in the Dark Zone Conflict or named item caches. And right now, you can get it from DZ South vendor. Pick it up right now. Double crit. Really cool. Now, before we go to DZ East, we need to make a pit stop to the castle settlement. What I like to do is fast travel to the descent entrance. That way I can just run up the stairs, pet the dog, and then turn around and hit the vendor. Here's Ransom right here. What up, doggy? Oh, trying to pet. Oh, trying to shake hands. What up? Oh, and she's out. All right, watch glitch on top of the box. Oh, there it goes. All right. Oh. All right, now before the music blares out my eardrums, let's go ahead and hit the castle settlement vendor. And starting with the scalpel, this is the named marksman rifle with future perfection, and it comes with health damage. Following that, we have a tactical 308, the normal variant of the scalpel, and this one with magazine size and preservation. Meh. Both of these, no bueno. And then finally for the weapons, a custom L86 with max LMG damage, crit chance, and optimist. Not bad. Looking at the gear items, we have 511 mask with hazard max crit damage. Okay. And then Douglas and Harding holster with crit chance and repair skills. Looking at the mods, we have skill duration 8.6, chem launcher burn strength 6.4, hive stem efficiency 8.5, pulse skill haste 4.9, and trap shock radius of 5.9. Now, must-buys, things to look for from the castle settlement. Nothing really, but the 511 mask did catch my eye. It sure did. But I just can't get myself to use 511. I don't know why. I just can't do it. All right, now let's hit up the last Dark Zone vendor. This is DZ East. Now, the DZ East vendor, I fast traveled to the Alpha checkpoint. That way I can just exit the checkpoint straight to the vendor. Now, I see that it does that double loading screen. It's fine. Don't freak out. It's just putting you in a bump in DZ lobby. That's all. But all you do is exit out the checkpoint, and here's your vendor. Unlike going to the main entrance where you'd be way out there, and then you'd have to run all the way through the courtyard. All right, here we go. DZ East.
What can I do for you, agents?
Starting with the pinprick. This is the named marksman rifle with perfect first blood and armor damage. Not bad. Following that, an M700 tactical with swap speed and lucky shot. And finally, for the weapons, a classic RPK with health damage and steady-handed. Looking at the gear items, we have hardwired mask, skill haste, heartbreaker holster with headshot, Araldi mask with weapon handling and armor regen, and Overlord holster with headshot and skill haste. Looking at the mods, we have skill duration 8.3, chem launcher damage 4.3, hive +4 repair charges, pulse skill haste 5.0, and trap duration of 4.2. Now, must buy things to look for from DZ East. Nothing really. Nah.
Thanks.
I wouldn't say, spend any of your DZ resources there. Not this time, anyways. But all right. Now let's go to our last stop in Washington, D.C., the theater. The theater! We're going to the theater. Here we go. Big money, no whammies. Come on, man.
Nice seeing you again.
Hey, the tsunami. A lot of people were talking about that in that Oxy build a week or two ago. Perfect pummel. This on the named SASG comes with accuracy, but you can change it to a DTOC. It's not a big deal. It is available here at the theater. Then we have a double barrel sawed-off. I mean, I have a double barrel sawed-off, but mine's the backup boomstick. This one with rate of fire and sadist. Okay. And then finally for the weapons, an urban MDR with swap speed and spike. Looking at the gear items, we have Araldi gloves with weapon handling, explosive resistance, and Badger Tough knee pads with hazard and skill haste. Looking at the mods, we have shock resistance 8.3, Seeker Mine health 6.2, shield holster regen 4.2,
Looking good.
Firefly speed 8.2, and decoy duration 6.0. The tsunami would probably be the only thing I would say take a look at, and that's only if you don't already have one. All right, that is it for Washington, D.C. This week it's been kind of meh, if I do say so myself. It's been meh. I hope these last two vendors really knock it out the park for me. Let me, get a little more chipper and put a little more kick in my step. All right. We have two more vendors here at the Haven Settlement. We have Marco right here, and then we have Roy Benitez just outside. So here we go, Marco.
Hey there.
Starting
Got
with
something
the
to trade?
Black Market T821 with armor damage and Ranger, and a Gev with magazine size and Sadist. Again, a Carnage Jr. Double barrel sawed off with damage to targets at a cover and breadbasket. That's not bad. Not bad at all. It's not as good as the backup boomstick, but it's not bad. And then finally, a police Magnum with accuracy and eyeless. Looking at the gear items, we have Richter and Kaiser chest piece with Overwatch, repair skills, and health. Wyvern gloves with skill damage and headshot. The Wyvern gloves aren't bad. Change the headshot off for either skill haste or status effects, and you're good to go. And then finally, Empress mask with hazard and skill damage. Looking at the mods, we have headshot 7.4, pulse resistance 8.4, turret damage 4.3, chem launcher damage 4.1, and finally decoy duration of 6.0. Now, must buys from Marco. To be honest, there's no must buys, but if you do need the Wyvern for a skill build, just pick this one up and again change the headshot to either skill haste or status. And that, my dear agents, leaves us with our last vendor of the video, Roy Benitez. But wait, make sure you pet the dog, man. Interact with the dog twice. The first one, you're just petting the dog, pretty normal, But that second interaction, that second interaction's random. He could try to pet your hand like Ransom did earlier. He could try to roll over. Let's see. Uh-oh, he's just going to play with us. About to try to juke us. Nice. All right, here we go. Roy Benitez.
What can I do for you?
Starting with the Police M4, max AR damage, crit damage, and sledgehammer. Okay, womp womp. Paratrooper SVD with armor damage and preservation. Remember, the Paratrooper SVD is now fully auto, and this one has armor damage, so you could just change the preservation off for whatever other talent you want, and you're good to go. Following that, we have a double barrel shotty with magazine size and future perfect. And finally, for the weapons, M45A1 with lucky shot and accuracy. Looking at the gear items, we have a 511 backpack with health, crit hit damage, and protector. Heliguard gloves with armor regen, explosive resistance. And finally, Providence mask with crit hit damage, armor regen. Not bad. But that's not what I would want on Providence. I would probably want headshot regen, right? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. And moving on to the mods, we have crit chance 4.3, repair skills 16.1, turret health 7.9, firefly +1 max target, and sticky bomb duration 4.0. Must buys from Roy Benitez, not really. Sad but true.
Good work.
As James Hetfield would say from Metallica. Sad but true. This vendor reset was not the best in the world, but there were a few goodies. Let me know what you're picking up. I am Kamikazevondoom. If you found this helpful or informative in any way, shape, or form, please hit that thumbs up, support the channel by subscribing, and ring that notification bell. That way you don't miss a single Division upload. But again, I'm Kamikazevondoom. Take care of yourself. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.